Look at the next issue. You know, what appears to be a perceived xenophobia is brewing in Ghana towards Nigerians. Now, some Ghanaians have protested against Nigerians, accusing them of engaging in mass prostitution and indulging in ritual killings in their country. Protesters in their large numbers were seen wielding placards with various inscriptions such as "Armed robbery and violent attacks must stop."
Hey guys, and welcome back. We are back with another interesting episode right here on the stable of Chiviki Inspiration. So guys, you know, I've surfed the internet, and at the end of the day, I found out a very interesting conversation between, you know, matured minds as Nigerians, yes, who are analysts, call them word journalists whatsoever, on one of these TV stations, and they went into in-depth conversation about all it is for Nigeria and Ghana currently, based on the fact that we still know that Ghanaians are still not, you know, piped low on Nigerians must go. And when I mean Nigerians must go, they are talking most importantly against the criminal activities of most Nigerians in Ghana. That is what is really sprouting up all these back and forth, consistent protests against Nigerians. And we all know that Honorable Dr. Hassan Ayarega and Kweku Annan have, you know, constantly, you know, put out on air that they are still yet to embark on protests in most of these other regions in the country, Ghana, right? And I believe this really helped throw more light. If you find this video, please share it to them, because there are still reasonable Nigerians who understand what your cries and your complaints are as Ghanaians, just like I do and my brother Chimdi. So without any waste of time, I'm outside, as you can see. I just needed to do this introduction, and, you know, let us watch these videos. At the end, I will always come back as usual to give my honest input, opinion, postulations, as the case may be. Without any waste of time, please, let's watch these videos and I'll be right back.
Look at the next issue. You know, what appears to be a perceived xenophobia is brewing in Ghana towards Nigerians. Now, some Ghanaians have protested against Nigerians, accusing them of engaging in mass prostitution and indulging in ritual killings in their country. Protesters in their large numbers were seen wielding placards with various inscriptions such as "Armed robbery and violent attacks must stop." Again, "Our health at stake due to mass prostitution," etc. Now, the truth is, both Ghana and Nigeria share lots in common to institute a war of attrition in the 21st century, Wale.
Well, I'm happy that we brought this topic for discussion.
Yeah.
Because part of the responsibility of media people is to set agenda for conflict resolution. And I think we would like to see a situation where this problem is resolved to the benefit of people, you know, in both countries. The issue is that I don't think Ghanaians are against Nigerians.
In the strict sense of the word.
In the strict sense of the word. If you look at our history, for about 200 years, Nigerians have settled, especially Yoruba people, they have settled in Ghana. There is a man that left Ilorin, his name is Briama, up to today. And the problem is not even that they set up a kingdom. No.
Yeah.
This man, we had a kingdom in Kumasi, Greater Accra.
Okay.
And the current one is the 8th king over 200 years. He's a member of the Ghana Council of Traditional Chiefs. He's a Yoruba person.
Oh, really?
He's been there for over 200 years.
Please add that
yes,
the late great Zik of Africa practiced
journalism. He was journalism in Ghana.
Yeah, he was the editor of the paper.
In 1950 or thereabout, when the then Speaker of Parliament in Ghana resigned due to health reasons, there was a certain Akinwumi that became the Speaker in the Parliament of Ghana. So we've had a long relationship. And I think that at a point, even the Hausa people, they started going to Ghana in the 15th century. During the rule of the king of Kano, his name is Baja. They started moving to Ghana in large numbers. Up to today, when you go to Ghana, you see where they call Zongos. That we see a lot of.
And don't forget,
they use Hausa on national television.
Ghana was known as a Gold
Coast. They use Ghana as national television. They use it in their radio in Ghana. So we have built a long relationship. And I think at the time, Awolowo also built a very fertile relationship with Ghana. To the extent that OAU started studying Chui language. You know, so we should realize this historical relationship between us and exploit it to the brim. What is happening now is unusual. It's not that somebody is setting up a king. We have had kings, you know, who are of Nigerians living there. And you see, during the time of Abacha, Ghana gave us a lot of support. We used to stay in a place called Labadi. Myself, Dakwalo Nyomi, Chido Onuma, and one Mrs. Oladepo, whose husband was shot in Abeokuta. And on the day of burial, those who killed the man, they came with the suit that they took away from the victim. So the woman was traumatized, had to run to Ghana. They gave us a house located in a place called Labadi.
Okay.
Owned by people, the Ga people of Ghana, who migrated from Osu. So when you are talking about Osu caste system, I mean Osu Castle in Ghana, it's named after the Osu city where the Ga people migrated in the 17th century. So we have this rich, robust historical relationship with Ghana.
Yeah.
When you listen to Chui, they say, when you go to the airport, they say Akwaba, Akwaba. They say me bus is here. I'm coming just now. So we've had very good relationship that I don't think we should allow this thing to flounder.
Yeah.
Now what is going on is that the third migration of Nigerians into Ghana, which happened just the past 10, 15 years, a lot of people, are just desperate to survive. They got to Ghana, they decided to go into crime, 419, Yahoo, manufacturing, prostitution, manufacturing fake drugs.
Yeah. Tampering with electricity.
Yeah, so it polluted the culture of Ghanaians. I was in Ghana not too long ago, and when I got there, there was a crime, and they were broadcasting on violent crime. Then the police said that, look, those who committed this crime, they are not Ghanaians. They are not Ghanaians. They caught them about 5 days after. They happen to be Nigerians. Because there is crime in Ghana, but not violent crime. Now people go there to kidnap. They kidnap and bring people to Port Harcourt or to Lagos. They will set up a sort of scam that they want to help you to travel to Canada. And then, so a lot of people have been victims. They are in thousands. Now they are rising up to say, look, enough is enough.
Enough is already too
Ghanaians
much.
don't hate also. And I'm happy that the federal government is doing something.
Yeah.
Trying to go into that country and then talk to them and then work out a kind of and I believe government can do more in terms of integration, regional integration through sports, academic exchanges, festivals, so that we can see ourselves as Africans and one people. If you don't manage it well, it can lead to a lot of sub-regional crisis.
Diplomacy is the word.
Yeah.
BKO, a little bit of history will not hurt us here. Nigerians must go has a history.
Yeah.
During our war, 1969, at the height of our avoidable civil war, Ghana, the Ghanaian president, head of state at the time, General Ankara, ordered Nigerians out of Ghana. This was due to something in the neighborhood of what he has just said. And we retaliated in 1982 in the Shagari years. Ghana must go.
1983. Yes. President Shagari at that time felt that he needed to expel about 2 million undocumented immigrants, especially from Ghana. And the Ghanaians cited economic pressures and all that. But in this case, they are demanding the expulsion of Nigerians over allegations of rising crime, including prostitution, ritual killings, and economic dominance. Economic dominance can be a crime. They are claiming that many Nigerians were responsible for missing children and rising violence in Ghanaian communities. And they even cited an Igbo king in Ghana, saying they have hijacked their land. Nigerians, on their part, believe that the Ghanaians are been persistently discriminating against them, victimizing them, especially Ghanaian landlords. And they also talked about selective enforcement of business regulations that disproportionately affect Nigerian-owned enterprises or entrepreneurs. When Nigerians get to a place, they are so aggressive in the area of business that within a short time, they begin to do very well. I remember when IGI got to Ghana, within a short time, IGI became so successful that the then IGI CEO, Olowode, even demanded for a fresh license to set up another insurance company. We are very enterprising. We are very aggressive and goal-oriented when it comes to business. But we also have to be careful. We must be good ambassadors of our country wherever we find ourselves. Going to another country to peddle drugs, that is illicit drugs, is not what any country will accept. And some Nigerians have actually been sentenced to death and executed for exporting illicit drugs to other countries. We have demanded that drug trafficking, the punishment for drug trafficking in our country is like a slap in the wrist, that let us do our best to come up with proportionate punishment for drug trafficking. America arrested a serving president of a country because
Noriega.
Manuel Noriega, because the fact that was in 1989, December 1989, because the fact that his activities and his support for illicit drugs was destroying the lives of their children. So there's no way that our people will go to Ghana and be involved in the things that they're talking about, like drug trafficking, like ritual killing, you know, and all that, and even crime. That you should expect that the people, their blood will boil. You should expect that they will not take kindly to it. But what gives me joy is that the president, the federal government is not quiet. A special envoy has been sent to Ghana to meet with the president so that diplomatically they can look at this issue and try to solve it. That's Bianca Ojukwu, the Minister of State for Foreign Affairs. She went to Ghana. And the president of Ghana has already said Nigeria is not a country that they can abandon. We pointed because we go back a long time.
We are rich, potentially rich.
No, it's not even. We have a good relations. It's not. It's not all about money. Even in terms of our history, there is a lot of alignment, if I can use that word, in terms of even the history of Nigeria and Ghana. When you talk about coup in Nigeria, almost at the same time, you see something like that happening in Ghana.
Our first coup was in January. Ghana's first coup was in February 1966.
Jerry Rawlings surrendered power in 1979. Obasanjo also surrendered power shortly after Jerry Rawlings in 1979, not before him. Because some people will say Obasanjo was the first to willingly. Of course, that is historically untrue.
Untrue, yeah.
Jerry Rawlings handed over to civilians before Obasanjo.
BK,
and then
let me
the same within a short time.
Yeah.
The military chased away civilians in our country. About that same time was when the Ghanaians also chased away the military in their country. So we are too interconnected as two countries from the West Coast.
Yeah, I was going to
be fighting one another.
You know, musically speaking.
The Ghanaian High Life. High Life came from Ghana.
The Ghanaian group, Uhuru Dance Band, at the time was led by a Nigerian, Wale, Sami Obot, and Joe Mensah, the great Nigerian Ghanaian musician.
Yes, High Life musician.
Yeah. And did a collaboration with the late Victor Olaiya. So there's
that's what I'm saying, that we go back a long time and we are too interconnected as two countries from the West Coast for this sort of thing to be happening. I know that in some cases, what the Nigerians are saying, that unfair and selective enforcement of business regulations, I know that there's a level of truism about it. But we should also clean up our act. We cannot export bad behavior to another country and expect that we won't be resisted. We have to realize that. Because even in other countries too, we are being resisted where we are misbehaving. Look at what happened in UAE, for example, where they had to impose a visa ban because of the irresponsible behavior of some Nigerians. Some Nigerians took, what's it called, cultism. Did you see a video of Nigerians carrying machetes in Dubai, chasing one another, cultists? So countries will move against us when some of our people
misbehave.
Yeah, they will move against our people in those places. We can only call for calm at this time because it's not everyone that is guilty. So don't tar everybody with the same brush. I want to be able to go to Ghana. And move around freely.
When you are going, take me a bit. Very quickly. What was I going to say? My people will have a saying. While you are warning the mother hen to keep the chicks safely, you must also talk to the hawk.
Oh yeah, we have a similar.
The hawk must survive now.
Yes.
And they can only survive by it.
So well,
won't take your advice.
Well, you know, they say when you are in Rome,
behave like Romans.
So we must apply the brakes here. Time is the master, but not before thanking Babajide Kolade Otitoju. BK, thank you for your intervention.
Thank you.
And no less so, Adewale Adeoye, thank you
very much
for weighing in. Thank you. So our job is done, and that will just about do it for the.
All right. First of all, guys, I really want to say I am impressed, really impressed with how these men, broke it down to the criminal activities of Nigerians in Ghana, and not just in Ghana, in Dubai and all these countries. Like, I am so excited to the point that they understand that, as I've always stated and maintained, Nigerians are, in the habit and in the numbers in recent times, stating the fact and the period when they moved to Ghana, not just moving to Ghana, exporting these crimes to Ghana, such as kidnapping, fraud, scamming. You really heard them how they, broke it down. and knowing fully well that, yes, this is the complaint of Ghanaians. And that is until all these are well, examined, well thought of, and put to an end, that is when there will be peace. Because like they stated, there haven't been any room or cause for alarm, if not that Nigerians in their numbers began to troop into Ghana. And at the end of the day, it has resulted to what we are seeing today. Like I've always said, which has part of this what? Nigeria must go protest. Guys, I am really, really impressed with how these sensible, meaningful Nigerians have broken it down. I don't even need to talk much because I needed to bring this out here so that we can see that, yes, what you people are complaining and what the world is complaining, even as South Africans, Kenyans, about Nigerians, is not just, mere saying, but facts. Do you know how painful it is for you to build your country? You're trying to grow it, survive it, and balance it up, and boom, people from nowhere as Nigerians, come into the picture and begin to destroy. There's something I need you to know today. If you're a Ghanaian or any citizen country, listening to me, like I've always stated, one thing about my people, Nigerians, is that they will always look for a safe haven, a place that is, conducive enough for them to go to. They don't just go there for the mere sole purpose of greener pastures alone. They go there when they see that, yes, there are loopholes, they take advantage of it, exporting their crimes. And they do not care whether it is destroyed or not. All they are there for is their own selfish, cruel, and evil interest that at the end of the day ruins it all for them and even for the host countries. That's how I will always say, if you are a citizen of any country and you have Nigerians in your country, it is safe to say that they are not proven innocent until proven otherwise. There should be an eye on them anywhere, any day, anytime, because these are the people ruining the country with all these their activities that they carry around, export around to all these countries. Imagine the embarrassment, the humiliation. And this has really ruined a lot for us as Nigerians. And that's why I say I would not, in my own position, power, stop using my platform to educate, expose, and enlighten us on what we need to know, especially as countries in Africa, because it hurts and saddens my heart to see that my own fellow citizens, as Nigerians, are in all these countries perpetrating all this crime. Ladies and gentlemen, I would love to go on and on, but at this juncture, I will leave it open for us to share our thoughts, our opinion, our input based on all we've seen here. What do you really, really have to say? Share it. Do you agree or disagree? Feel free and leave your thoughts, your comments constructively and respectfully in the comments. If you like today's episode, just give this video a massive like for me, share for others to see. And yes, if you really want to stay on here, don't make this your last by smashing on that subscription button. Exactly. Keeping it real, happy, safe, and blessed. And I will see you in my next one. Ciao, ciao.